Welcome everyone to week number 1 in Science 200. If you watched my introductory video, you already realize that this is a science class for non-science majors, and it will help you learn about scientific literacy, so how to look at things through a scientific lens. You're going to learn about the scientific process. We start that out this week. You learn about the scientific process, what types of natural sciences there are, and how to read scientific journal articles, how to determine if they're relevant, how to determine if they're credible, and look at different sources of information, for example, an article in a newspaper, to see if these are actually scientific types of pieces of information or some other type that might have some biases. So that's what we will be doing this term. All right, so for this first week, you need to get your web text. That is through Sumo. Sumo is the company that produces this web text, and it is very good. So you will access this every single week and complete assignments in the web text, and they are automatically graded. So you start off in chapter 1. There's one chapter per week, just to make it simple. Read chapter 1 and answer all the questions in chapter 1. Those, like I said, get automatically graded and uploaded into Brightspace. I don't do anything with those. There are other assignments that I will be grading, but those questions that are in the textbook, no, I don't do that. But if you ever have any trouble, just let me know, and I can go in there and take a look, see what's going on, that sort of thing. And then at the end of chapter 1, you are going to choose your topic that you will be researching through this whole term. And here they are, genetically modified organisms. There's a lot of controversy about those. Everybody says, well, I don't want to consume a GMO. You already have. Almost every corn plant that is grown in this country is genetically modified. Soybeans, apples, and the list goes on and on. There are lots of genetically modified organisms. Now, they aren't frankenfoods like everybody thinks they are. They're only modified in a slight way to help with something, to help this product, this crop, this plant, this fruit, whatever it is, survive all the way to the consumer out into a grocery store, or maybe to include more nutrition in it. That's what has happened with golden rice. To enhance its ability to survive applications of pesticides like Roundup so that crops can grow faster and be harvested easier. So there are lots of reasons that plants are genetically modified. And so if you choose this topic, you're going to be examining that. Electric cars, it's a favorite topic right now. My nephew has had 2 Teslas now, keeps wrecking them. But electric cars are really popular now. They don't go very far, though. That is one problem with them. They don't go very far, and you have to stop and charge them. But that's a good alternative to gasoline-powered vehicles right now, and we're going to see if they become more popular. Commercial nuclear energy. A lot of people are against nuclear energy, but it is a very clean form of energy, much cleaner than, for example, burning coal to produce energy. Genetic engineering, and this is specifically about human beings. Should we be going in and messing with human DNA at all? And there are many restrictions against this at this point, especially in the scientific community. But could it be helpful? Could we fix disease genes? Could we take out disease genes before a fetus is full term? Can we fix eggs and sperm before we do IVF, in vitro fertilization? What are the limits to this? What could we do? What should we do? There are all kinds of ethical components to this question. Ocean acidification. The ocean is becoming more acidic, so the pH is lowering in the ocean because of all the excessive carbon dioxide that's in the atmosphere. And this is causing problems in the ocean. When you hear about climate change and global warming, hardly anybody thinks about there's going to be an effect on ocean, but there actually is. It's already causing problems. And then finally, biodiversity conservation. And biodiversity is where you have a diverse number of species and number of individuals in an ecosystem that helps keep ecosystems healthy. If you think about the ecosystem of a field of corn, for example, going back to GMOs, how many organisms are actually in that particular ecosystem, that plot of land? There are corn plants. There are probably some pests of corn plants and corn kernels. Probably a few other insects in there, maybe some birds. Not too much biodiversity though, right? So it's really important for ecosystems to be healthy. In order, we have to have biodiversity for ecosystems to be healthy. This also includes extinction, so species that we are losing, and that means that we're losing valuable members of ecosystems, and preservation of species in ecosystems, reintroduction, that sort of thing. So biodiversity conservation, keeping the number of species in an ecosystem so that it is good and healthy. All right, then also you will have some discussion board postings this week. Your initial post is due by Thursday night before midnight. Introduce yourself. So tell us about you. Since you're all, or almost all, non-science majors, what's your major so that we know what field you're in and what's your viewpoint, right? So where are you from? Also, which part of the country, which part of the world? What do you hope to learn from this course? A couple of paragraphs would be good. It's not just a few bullet points. So, describe to us who you are. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do? What are your interests? And then after you answer those questions, you need to tell us what looks like your favorite field of natural science out of the list that you have in Chapter 1. And is this field related to the topic that you are going to research this term? So if you choose astronomy as your favorite natural science, who would not pick biology? I don't know. But anyway, if you choose astronomy and then your topic is genetically modified organisms, have a lot to do with each other, which is fine too. That is fine. And then you're also going to respond to 2 of your classmates by Sunday night. And you're going to include what you have in common and whether you agree or disagree with them about their natural science field that interests them. Are you interested in that too? Or could you do without that? Whatever. It's just a topic of discussion. All of your posts must be substantive, and that means that they have to contain substance. So yes, no, journalism. That's not a substantive initial post. So be substantive. So make sure you get all those discussion board postings in. And then I have some hints for you for taking this course. First of all, of course, watch my videos in the announcements every week. I will have the announcements up either Sunday night or Monday morning, 1 per week at least. And I will always have a video in the announcements. And I give you hints in here about what is going on, like I am right now. And I talk about deadlines and that sort of things. Don't miss watching my video in the announcements every week. Deadlines are important, Thursdays and Sundays. Thursdays, your initial post in the discussion board is due by Thursday evenings. Everything else in the course is due by Sundays before midnight. Follow the guidelines and rubric for each assignment. So there are guidelines which are basically the directions for your particular assignment. The rubric is how it's going to be graded. That's how I grade, because I look at that rubric that you have access to and I see if you're meeting all the requirements in order to earn an A for that particular section. Read the feedback that I give, especially on this project that you have going on all term long. Read the feedback, because you're going to want to take that feedback and improve your presentation until at the point you turn in your final presentation, which is in week 8. Label everything with your name, with the course number and name, Science 200, with my name, with the date, with what this is. What is this assignment? If it has a number, fine. If it has a title, even better. Label everything that you're putting. And this also includes the files that you have on your computer. You know, when I see an uploaded file, it shouldn't say J Sigmon 1. No. Label it so that you know what it is too. So label everything. And also, when in doubt, when in trouble, when you have questions, anything whatsoever, please ask me. I'm here to help you. I'll try my very best. And there's my email address, m.sigmon@snhu.edu. I am here to help you. And with that, I'm signing off for this week. Please let me know if you need anything. Have a great week.